Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United fear losing Paul Pogba on a free transfer. We think he's running down his current contract to leave on a 3. Man United are set to enter negotiations with Paul Pogba's representatives regarding a new contract. Last season, we did trigger that 1-year extension on his contract. Solskjaer hopes Paul Pogba stays and signs a new contract. Towards the end of last season, it said that Man United were willing to offer Paul Pogba a new £400,000 a week contract, but it said Pogba was demanding in the excess of £500,000 a week. He said, "We will sell Pogba if he doesn't sign a new contract." It said as well Paul Pogba could leave Manchester United in this summer transfer window if Cristiano Ronaldo leaves Juventus, because Juventus are interested in bringing Paul Pogba back from Man United, but will have to offload Cristiano Ronaldo to afford Pogba, because it said the price tag for Paul Pogba is £90 million. Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked with a return to Juventus. He endured 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Manchester United. He's been relentlessly linked with a move to Real Madrid. Barcelona have been in for him, PSG have been in for him, and Inter Milan were in for him a while ago. Pogba's endured 5 seasons at Manchester United since he rejoined from Juventus back in 2016. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. Pogba has won 3 trophies so far at Man United. He's won the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield. We had him when he was a lot younger under Ferguson, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. But we have been getting the best out of Pogba in recent months. He does bring creativity to the team. We need to keep Pogba in more of an advanced role because that's where he's more effective. He's much better in an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. Matthias Pogba, who's Paul Pogba's brother, he recently said he'd like Paul Pogba to join Barcelona. And not so long ago, it said that Man United could lose Paul Pogba for just £55 million. At one point, Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Mino Raiola has been desperate to get his client out of the football club. He was doing a lot of talking last season. Obviously, he came out and said that Paul Pogba wants to win trophies at Man United or at another top European club. He said Pogba's future was in doubt, and he did mention an Eden Hazard and Paul Pogba swap deal. As you all know, swap deals have been high on the agenda, with some of the clubs Paul Pogba's been linked with. Mino Raiola said as well last season that he doesn't give a fuck if he doesn't take another player to Man United as long as his clients are happy. He also came out and criticised Ferguson for forcing Pogba out of the club when he was younger. He did also say, though, that he's got no intentions of destabilising his client's season, and he did make an admission saying that he's working quietly on Paul Pogba's transfer to avoid offence, because Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United, and he has been criticised a lot. And he made the announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba, and Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement because it was just before the game against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. So yeah, that's more news regarding Paul Pogba. Now, Manchester United face a delay signing Jadon Sancho because Kieran Trippier to Manchester United is close. Now, the Times said yesterday that Man United are moving closer to reaching an agreement with Borussia Dortmund to sign Jadon Sancho, as Jadon Sancho's asking price fell to £80 million plus add-ons. Fabrizio Romano did say that Man United restarted talks for Sancho. He said Man United are close to agreeing a 5-year contract with Jadon Sancho. That'll take him under contract with Man United until 2026. And Romano revealed how much Borussia Dortmund want for Sancho. They want from between 77 million to 81 million pounds. We've been told we'll have to pay 81.5 million to sign Sancho. Man United have agreed the terms with Sancho, and Jadon Sancho has a gentleman's agreement with Borussia Dortmund to join Manchester United. The Jadon Sancho transfer deadline has already been set by Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund want his future decided before they go on their pre-season camp on the 23rd of July. I'm hoping we can sign Sancho this week because we said we want to get a deal done for him before this weekend, because Sancho came out and said that he wants his future resolved before the start of the Euros, and Sancho has Man United transfer hopes as Borussia Dortmund have been looking for replacements. Sky Sports did say not so long ago that Man United were in continued negotiations with Borussia Dortmund to sign Sancho. We've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years or so it has been a long-running transfer saga. I'm very, very convinced we'll get him this time round, because obviously Borussia Dortmund have lowered their asking price, because obviously last summer Dortmund were demanding £108 million and we was reluctant to meet that valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front, but Sancho to Man United last summer was extremely close. The personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract and that had been agreed. Dortmund made it clear to us last year that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. But we missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. Sancho has endured 4 years at Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City back in 2017, so they got him for next to nothing, and he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. But the reason Sancho will be a good signing for Manchester United is that he'll fit in our team perfectly. He's predominantly a right winger. He'll assure us goals. He's good at creating chances. He'll exceed expectations in the Premier League. He's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. And he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. Sancho is not enough for Man United, though, to be competitive. We do need more than Sancho. But yeah, the news regarding Kieran Trippier from Atletico Madrid. Kieran Trippier has already told his England teammates that he wants to make a move to Man United this summer. Now, The Athletic recently said that Man United begun negotiations with Atletico Madrid to sign Kieran Trippier. He has been house hunting. And the Manchester Evening News said not so long ago that we revived our interest in Kieran Trippier as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been unhappy with Wan-Bissaka's attacking output. Wan-Bissaka is the only recognised senior right back at Manchester United at the moment. So we need someone to come in to provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. Kieran Trippier, I reckon we're getting for around £18 million. Everton have been in for him. Arsenal have been in for him. There's been talks of a Hector Bellerin and Kieran Trippier swap deal. We was in for Kieran Trippier in January, but we cooled our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. His current contract at Atletico Madrid expires next year. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for him from Tottenham. The news regarding Raphael Varane. Manchester United have tabled a contract offer for Raphael Varane. It's €12 million a year. That equates to just over 10 million in pounds sterling. Real Madrid cannot match this. So reflecting on that, we've been handed a boost. He said not so long ago that we offered Varane a 5-year contract. And Romano said that Varane was refusing a contract at Real Madrid. His current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. Contract talks stalled at Real Madrid a while ago. So I can assure that Varane is leaving. He said recently we may have been handed a boost in our pursuit of Raphael Varane, with obviously Carlo Ancelotti returning to Real Madrid. The other day, he said he could be available for €40 million, which is a bargain. But Raphael Varane recently spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships. Man United have already held talks with Raphael Varane's representatives. Romano said towards the end of last season that Varane was the name main on our list, and we was waiting to see what happened with his situation at Real Madrid. Real Madrid are demanding £60 million. Not so long ago, they rejected a £40 million bid. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under Ferguson, and was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. But Varane would be a great signing for Man United because Varane and Harry Maguire would complement each other very, very well in our back line. Varane is highly experienced, is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. And he's got a great pedigree as a player. He's won like 18 major honours at Real Madrid, so they are the reasons. And he's been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's endured 10 years or so now with them, and He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. On my recent video, I gave you the news on Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid. Man United have always dreamed of signing Saul Niguez. Atletico Madrid will accept around £69 million for him. Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo have said that Saul Niguez wants to leave Atletico Madrid. Niguez has a release clause of €150 million. That equates to 129 million in pounds sterling. He's under contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026 because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year deal. He's been at Atletico Madrid a long time. He's been with them 13 years now, hasn't he? You know, came up their academy and he's played over 300 games for Atletico Madrid. He's like 26 years of age, is he? He can play as a defensive midfielder and a central midfielder. Obviously won the La Liga with Atletico Madrid last season. I think we've been dealt a blow now in our pursuit of Saul Niguez, because Atletico Madrid have offered Saul Niguez to Man City in exchange for Bernardo Silva. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has promised Man United transfers this summer, and he insists that we are in the summer transfer market for a striker. Solskjaer's already made it clear that he wants to make around 4 signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. And I'm convinced we'll challenge for the league next season, providing that we recruit well in this summer transfer window. It's less than a day now until the transfer window opens, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I'm expecting Man United to be active in this transfer window, but I'm also expecting teams around us to be very active. This summer transfer window will be Ole's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. He is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Man United in general. You know, Solskjaer's already been given a 150 million transfer budget. And the board are going to back him with a new 3-year contract and summer signings, despite the Europa League final loss. We're going to offload players in the summer transfer window, so reflecting on that, our transfer budget will increase. De Gea, I think, you know, we'll offload him. It'd be the right decision to offload De Gea because I reckon now De Gea has had his years at Manchester United. Being a long servant, he's enjoyed like 10 years at the club. He's had around 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been with us, because in the last couple of years he has been a liability, reflecting on the calamitous mistakes he's made. But yeah, a few years ago he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. De Gea's won everything domestically at the football club. He's made over 500 appearances in all competitions. And to De Gea's credit, he produced his best performances last season after the Everton collapse in February. And he responded well to Dean Henderson getting the number 1 role. He put a very good performance out as well against Roma in the Europa League semi-final, but unfortunately De Gea cost us the Europa League final because he missed his penalty and he had 11 chances to save a penalty and didn't save one. De Gea has like 2 years left on his current contract and he's on 375 grand a week. The other week, there was narratives coming out saying that Man United are prepared to offer David De Gea as part of a swap deal for Jano Black from Atletico Madrid, to solve our number one crisis. Jano Black is valued at around 70 million. He's got a release clause of around 103 million pounds, and he's been a long servant at Atletico Madrid. But like I said, last season, De Gea he said he made his transfer decision. He's preparing to leave Man United, and he said Man United is set to pay off his huge contract. We set the asking price for De Gea. We want around £50 million. But I said that there's a very good chance De Gea will go back to Spain. I think we also need to offload Phil Jones because Phil Jones has always been inconsistent. And Phil Jones doesn't get in our 11, and plus, he's been out of injury for a while. He's the only outfield player that's still here from the Ferguson era. Jones has been a long-serving player at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club. Brandon Williams, I think we'll need to loan him out, to gain him more experience and to get a lot more opportunities because Williams seldom plays for us. He's our third choice left back. Obviously, we need to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. He's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. We initially got him from Porto. I think we need to offload Nemanja Matic because Nemanja Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders. But still gets his chances despite him not being one of our first choice midfielders. And I've got my strong reservations about him. He's always been a static player and he's ageing up. And in a lot of his games at Man United, he's been inconsistent. The club made a mistake giving him that new 3-year contract before the start of last season. Matic has been at the club around 4 years now. Got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Donny van der Beek. I think he should leave Man United because he hasn't been given enough starts at the club. I recall Van der Beek starting just 4 games in the league last season. Most of his appearances come from the bench. Now, like I updated you on my last video, Donny van der Beek got ruled out of the Euros for the Netherlands through injury. So that's a major blow to him. Not so long ago, it said that Donny van der Beek was set to hold showdown talks with Solskjaer regarding his future. Towards the end of last season, it said that we will reject any offers for Donny van der Beek. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. He's endured 1 full season at the club. Last year, we got him in a deal worth £40 million. And he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Juan Mata, I think he should leave in this summer transfer window, but he may not. Because, according to the Telegraph's Mike McGrath, Juan Mata has been in talks with Man United over an extension on his contract. Juan Mata's current contract expires at the end of this month. My element of concern about Juan Mata, he's lost that yard of pace and he's aging up and he hardly gets in our 11 anyway. Solskjaer said not so long ago, though, that no decision has yet been made on his future. Mata has been at Man United for 7 years now. Got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. And at the start of last season, Mata rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. And Anthony Martial, I want him to leave. I think a lot of United fans want Martial to leave because he's no longer good enough to represent the club. He was out of form last season, obviously, before he got that knee injury. He was out of that knee injury for a while. But he recently said that Solskjaer made his decision on Martial's future. He told the Glazers he wants Martial to stay because he believes he's got a big role to play for next season. I think Martial was good the season before last season and he was good in his debut season under Van Gaal. So he's had 2 good seasons. Martial has been at the club 6 years now. Obviously, a lot of players will stay at Man United in the summer transfer window, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. Next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and obviously I think he's aware of this. Next season he must exceed expectations if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If things start to go wrong next season, then I think there's a very, very good chance that he will get sacked. But if we do eventually decide to sack Solskjaer, who's going to come in to replace him? I think we need someone in with a proven pedigree. And we need someone in who's going to suit the strappings of the club, because I can assure Solskjaer isn't the long-term manager for Man United. Next season will be his third full season, because Solskjaer's already enjoyed 2 full seasons at the club. But he's not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy for 4 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Obviously, there has been Man United fans demanding Ole out, especially reflecting on that Europa League final loss to Villarreal. They've got the reasons, though, why they want him out, but I presume there's still United fans that are Ole in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. I think he does deserve next season. You know, he's been in charge of Man United now for almost 30 months. That's over 2 years. We appointed him in December 2018 to replace Mourinho, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We're given the job permanently 2 years ago, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. I do have my concerns about Ole. You know, my 2 biggest concerns about him is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and his decision making also concerns, because in a lot of his games at Man United he has been tactically naive. But there's also positives as well regarding Solskjaer. You know, he's made good signings as Man United manager so far. He's spent almost £300 million. He's brought around 12, 13 players in. He's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. He's got rid of a good 13, 14 players since he's come in. You know, he did well in his first full season. You know, he did well in his second full season, which was last season. I like the way he has promoted the youth. You know, so there is positives. So anyway, guys, we'll be back on with our videos tomorrow. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.